This is the Xtra Auto. It's a 4K tiny camera that just dropped and not too many people are talking about it yet. Now I bought this with my own money, so this isn't a sponsored video. And in today's video, we're going to be going over what comes inside the box. We're showing some out the box footage and we're going to test some POV shots to see how good the stabilization is. Now I put some timestamps below in case you wanted to skip around to see certain things. Now it's really cool that the Xtra Auto comes with a lot of accessories right off the bat, like this suction cup mount. We also get this hat clip mount that's really good for the build of your hats or even some helmets. And of course, you gotta have your USB-C cable. You gotta charge this thing. Now here's the chest mount slash pendant. You just wear it around your neck. Now of course, you gotta come with the camera and the vision dock. This is actually really small. I think it's what, 52, 54 grams? Something like that. Now it's time to take this thing outside and let's see what it looks like just with the default settings. This is bigger than the camera itself, this little dock. And I'm not gonna lie, this feels a lot stronger than what I thought it would be. I thought it would feel kind of plasticky, a little flimsy, but when you actually have it in your hands, this little tiny camera is a lot more dense than you would think. And it's dense, but it's not heavy. So let's check out some footage right out the box. The only setting I did change was I changed it from 1080p to 4K because that 1080 was killing me. Now I posted this Xtra Auto up on the basketball post and it's not a POV shot, but I just wanted to see the image quality. And the only thing I thought that was ugly about this video was my jump shot because that thing was hurt. But as far as the colors go, it's actually not bad. For default settings straight up out the box, I was actually pretty impressed. I'm going to do some stabilization testing using this mount, this cap mount. I'm going to do different ones. I'm going to do no stabilization. I'm going to use the Motion Master, and then I'm going to use that tilt guard one. As far as the settings that I'm using, I'm going to be using 4K 30 FPS, negative 0.3 EV, and auto white balancing. I should show how wide it could get. I'm going to use the widest setting. Alright, so this is pretty much nothing. No stabilization at all. Now this is Motion Master. I'm going to tilt my head a little bit so you can see what kind of motion is going to happen. Okay, this one's going to be tilt guard. Going to tilt my head again so you can see what happens. So tilt guard is supposed to keep the horizon really, really level. So I'm going to tilt my head even more. Hopefully it stayed steady. Now here's some side-by-side comparisons of no stabilization versus the Motion Master. And I'm kind of thinking Motion Master is probably the one I would use for most POV shots. And in this side-by-side comparison of tilt guard versus Motion Master, I'm seeing how tilt guard almost looks like you're floating. All right, I want to do this shot for you guys in case some of you want to get that POV while you're hiking. Going down some stairs here. Okay, now this is Motion Master going down some stairs. Now this is tilt guard going downstairs. So I just realized that for the Motion Master and for the no stabilization, you actually can use all three different types of field of views. You get the standard one, the wide, and the ultra wide. But if you're on the tilt guard only, then you only have the standard field of view available to you. And that kind of makes sense because all these stabilizations are happening inside the camera. So if you're a kind of casual content creator, this actually works out for you, unless you want to do post-production, meaning you record and then you edit after. But if you want to limit how much editing you do for stabilization of a video, I would probably use Motion Master or tilt guard for sure. Yeah, that was just my preliminary stabilization testing. I think I'm going to go super deep and try out different sports, riding a bike, running, maybe even some martial arts for different stabilization modes and see which one works best for which. So stay tuned for that. Kind of curious how this camera looks in this low light setting here, just a poorly dim room and it's untreated. So how am I sounding now?
I know I checked out what the internal mic sounded like earlier, but how does it sound when it's connected to an external mic? Well, alrighty, so now you can see here, I got the DJI mini mic. How does it sound? Is it any better? Or is the internal mic just as good? Now, one thing I noticed right away is when you have an external mic connected to this, the Vision dock actually won't show you the preview anymore. I'm hoping this is something that they're going to fix sometime later down the line. And I'm looking at the screen right now. It looks like I might be clipping. I probably am because I didn't change any of the settings.
All right, guys, that's the preliminary testing I got so far. I'm going to be doing a whole lot more audio tests and just more POV tests. But so far, I do think that this is going to be a viable option for those looking for a tiny camera to do POV type of shots. Let me know if you have any questions below, and I'll try to get to them all.
Twice. Okay, safe to say, probably shouldn't be super active with it when you got this on. Hopefully this didn't damage it at all. And if it didn't, that's a plus.